You can have the fan too, you know.
Yeah. All right, we're here another episode or another interview, shall I say, at the Big Gold Belt Podcast. I am here with a familiar face, if you've been following along for a long time, Miss Gia Scott. How's it going, lady?
I am doing great, actually. Oh man, it's been a long day, but I'm glad to be back here after we had our little interview and everything. It was fun, so I enjoyed doing it.
Hey, thanks for coming back. So I don't know where we start first, because one, I want to talk about Dragon Ball, because if you watch, actually that was not on the episode. We talked so much after the first episode. The last time I seen you, so everyone doesn't know that she is also a big anime and Dragon Ball fan, such as her hubby Dion. This makes sense. So we're all nerds. So I'm just putting this out there because, like, you guys don't know, like, some of the most, like, dominant people out here in all of professional wrestling and just athletes, period, are nerds. So, like, don't be scrutinizing me talking about me and my nerdy stuff when, like, you're not going to step up to G and say nothing to her face. So, So, anyway, what's been going on, man? Last time I seen you, you had, you were 10 pounds heavier, I should say.
I got 10 pounds lighter, unfortunately, but I'm in the works of, like, trying to get some double gold.
Yeah. I was checking out the dates, and obviously you got an opportunity there, and obviously you're always in contention in MCW. And not just that too, you got this other unique thing that's going on with your friend of me, tagging and potentially going to get some tag. You gotta explain to me how that works.
So, last show, I believe it was the. Oh boy, there's so many shows. We've been all over the place. But the point is, last time I faced Aria, she beat me for the title, and during that time, unfortunately. But it was a good opportunity that the Sons of Savagery, they got a contract with Ring of Honor. So I personally took the opportunity to be like, okay, they're gone. They need a tag team. And I'm like, you got the greatest damn woman here. Why not? Put me in it. So Dan McDevitt, he's on the stage talking about how that we need people to step up. We need a new tag and blah, 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 blah. And so I tell him I want in on the competition. I deserve to be in. And he's like, you're like a woman and blah. Like, okay, like, oh, so you really want to be in it? And I'm like, yeah, I want to be in it. I'm the greatest damn woman. He's like, all right, you can be in it. But he said my partner's Aria Palmer. And you can imagine how I felt about that.
Yeah.
Like, the woman that I just lost to is now my partner.
Yeah.
Now, how would you feel if your mom says, like, okay, you can play the game, but you got to share with your brother?
Yeah.
No, Mom, I don't want to share with my brother. Like, no. So here we are now. We actually beat our first opponents, which is the Rock and Roll Express, and I wasn't expecting them to come. They're kind of they're great guys. They're great guys. But they unfortunately lost to us. Of course, I did all the work. But now we have our next opponents, which are the Southern Classics, I believe. And we're going to be facing them. And moving forward, we don't know who is going to be our next opponents after them, because of course we're gonna do our thing. Of course, I'm gonna do my thing. I'm gonna try to be the bigger person, try to win some gold, because that's what I would like to do. Win some gold.
You're good. You're definitely good at it, man. There's a lot to pull out of that. I think the first thing I want to say is you and Aria, again, with a rivalry for over the years in the women's division, working as a team. And not just working as a team, but facing each other, you guys always seem to just bring the best out of each other. But being on the same side, is it still not the same competitive nature that ultimately led to your first victory that could take you all the way down the line again?
For me, I always have to stay competitive. I always have to prove myself that I'm better. Whether it's singles, whether it's tag, I have to prove myself. It doesn't stop. It could be with Aria, it could be with anybody else. I have to keep proving myself, because I have to prove that I'm the greatest damn woman.
Yeah.
If I'm not the greatest damn woman, who is there gonna be?
Yeah.
Simple, plain and simple.
Yeah.
So it can be anybody else. It can be Aria. I will bring my best. That's right. What I have to do.
I may have to fact check this one, but I know that Scarlett Bordeaux was recently just the Rage champion. I believe she was the first woman to ever hold the Rage champion. Could you imagine also going down in books as I believe with this. I have to fact check this, being the first woman to be the tag team champions at MCW.
That's something I'm looking forward to because, like you said, Scarlett Bordeaux won the MCW Rage television title, and it's something that I would like to do with the tag team titles.
That would be
like
awesome.
No one has done it before, and I'm all about like setting the tone, like raising the bar. Like, okay, we had it here, but look, we can get up to here.
Yeah.
So if that, no, not even if, it's gonna happen eventually.
What about the moral dilemma of potentially facing Rush Hour in the tournament? Now, I've seen you you are the greatest damn woman, and you have the stone cold face. You're not scared of nobody, but you're looking across the ring at Rush Hour.
Okay.
Do you find yourself in a vulnerable state, or do you actually up the ante beyond at this point? Have you thought of this possibility, and could you imagine the conversation, the conflict?
There's definitely going to be conflict when that happens, and if let's just say we beat them and we're the new tag champs, there's definitely going to be some tension in the household. I probably won't be spoken to for like a good old maybe week, maybe month. I won't be spoken to at all, but I'll feel very happy about it. I'm just I'll like, haha, look what I got. And he's just like, no, it just walks away. But whatever happens, it's something I have to do, whether it is Rush Hour, whether it's anybody else of the tag teams that we have left. It doesn't matter who it is, but let alone if it's Rush Hour, I'm going to definitely bring my A game because there are people that I know. Those are the two people that I know. Yeah. And one of them I know really well. Yeah. But I have to bring my A game. Yeah. He wouldn't want anything less.
I think if anybody knows you best outside of your trainer, it would have to be him. So that's a whole nother game plan. And not to mention your biggest rivalry, frenemies in your corner. Kind of feels like a triple threat. If it could be, that would be interesting. Could you imagine that? But beyond that, and cluttering your head with that, let's talk about the possibility. So again, winning the tag champions, we've seen recently the champions moved on to a contract for ROH. Congratulations again to SOS for that. But I'm thinking about this for you. You win the tag champs, that puts you on the radar, and ROH says, maybe we want to bring those in. But not just that, you were just within company of ROH not too long ago. So could you imagine 1 minute training with them and, you're getting the look there, and then next thing you know, you go back, working hard, winning the champs, the titles, and next thing you know, they're just like, hey, we need to get this person signed. Isn't it amazing or rather crazy to think how much has changed in the landscape in the last?
Yeah, I remember, maybe I don't know if we touched topics about it, but it is something that I definitely wanted to do. That was the next step out of MCW was to get to ROH, and trust me, it was something that I thought that would come soon. And I was talking about it with someone, and I was thinking okay, this was the thought process. We had a show before it was coming up. I think this might have been in April, and I was like, I heard ROH is having a tryout, and because we're one of the 4 schools that are associated with them, they'll send some of us to go there for the tryout. And I was talking with someone. I was they're having a trial on the 4th and the 5th. What if they send me? And I was just they're not gonna send me. Don't get me wrong, I am the greatest damn woman, but I felt I needed to still learn some more things before I'm all right, I'm confident, I'm ready to go, because I always want to make sure I have a good let's say 90 to 100% chance of all right, I'm set, this is it, I can do this. But I wasn't sure at the time. So everything happened and the dates get closer, and my coaches were we're sending you there. And I was just what? And it took me back for a little bit. I was oh my God, okay, I got to prepare myself. And going through the trials, it was everything I thought, but then there was more. Yeah. It was the same thing as me getting into wrestling. I was okay, I know this is going to be hard, but I didn't think it would be this hard. Yeah. So that was the same thing with the tryout. And it gave me much learning experience that I need. And it was just being at home at MCW. It was just like another home from home. So I enjoyed every moment, like being there. It taught me things. Otherwise, I learned a few more things, and it was like just a great learning experience.
Yeah, that was awesome to see you there. Again, I spoke to Aria earlier, and when I originally saw the picture, I was like, whoa, what an abundance of talent here. And then I started going down. I was like, oh, I know that person. They're friends. I was like, oh, they brought in some of the best right now. Yeah. And again, I think it's such a humbling thing, you being one of the youngest right now in the women's division in MCW, maybe a lot of wrestling as well too, and already making a lot of grounds and getting looks by top tier promotions. So definitely congratulations on that notion, and keep working hard. And it's always good to see people work hard, that the rewards are coming their way. So good for you. So anyway, what else is going on besides the wrestling world? What you doing in some downtime? Now, I know, Dion, we spoke about Avengers Endgame, so that means you obviously had to see it too, right?
Oh, honestly, oh my God, well, I was prepared. We were planning things out for it. I got the tickets ahead of time, like a week ahead of time, but that was even stressful because
the site crashed for you?
No, it wasn't the site crash. It was like I'm looking on the website and I'm looking through the seating arrangements because where we live at, they have D-box seats.
Oh, okay.
And have you heard about them?
Yeah.
The D-box seats, like you can feel the motions within the movie, and I was like, I want these seats.
Yeah,
but then they had like a 9 o'clock, and then like in the morning, then they had like a 10 o'clock. Those are only 2 times they were out. Like there was a line through, and they were like, we're sold out. And I was like, oh my God. So I tried like jumping days ahead. Like the premiere was Friday, and then it was Saturday, and then it was Sunday. But I think we had a show Saturday, so we only had like Friday or Sunday. That was it. Like Saturday was show day. We couldn't do it whatsoever. And we were way too tired afterwards to do anything else.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at Friday, and I'm like, all right, D-box gone, and I'm looking at the seating arrangements like there was a seat like right here, and then there were only 2 available seats, and there was another seat like all the way over here, and I'm just like, I don't want to be far away from Dion. Oh my God. I was like, this is out the option. So I'm like trying to find reasonable, decent ticket seats without being like super close to the TV. I'm trying to be like a little far back so I can like observe.
Enjoy yourself.
Yes. So we ended up settling on a date, and it was on Sunday. It was at 8. But here's the kicker. So I told him, like, hey, we're going to the movies Sunday, 8:30, be there. And he was like, wait, at night? And I was like, yeah, at night. And he was like, but I had to work in the morning. Like, I was like, do you not want to see Endgame or not? Like, this is what we talked about. We said we were going to see this. And you're just like, I got to work in the morning. Like, I don't care about it. Like, we're going to go see Endgame. And he was like, fine. And then once we go see it, everything was like almost a 3-hour movie. And it was worth it.
Yeah.
Don't let me lie. It was like worth it. But sitting there for 3 hours, it wasn't good on my butt. Like, nah, I cannot. But it was worth it. Like everything in the movie was so perfect. Like even down to the moment when like the women kind of like joined together. I was just like,
that was dope.
That
was dope.
So that was really
got
dope.
Her back.
Yeah. So I was just like, oh, this is perfect. And then like, I almost cried a little bit, like when that moment happened, and then towards the end of the whole like showdown with Thanos, I almost cried a little bit, but I was like, I'm a big girl.
That's right.
Understand, women don't cry. I was just like, get back in there.
Yeah.
But that movie was like good to start to end, and it was just, I'm not gonna sit another 3 hours for it, but Dion would. He'll sit another 3 hours for it.
Yeah, I'd seen it 4 times, so it's okay. Yeah, I was just that person. I loved it, every bit of it.
So you sat there for 18 hours.
I did 3, 6,
Wait,
9, 12.
12. My bad.
Yes,
12 hours. Sat there for 12 hours.
Yep,
But,
almost 15. I had to turn one down, but almost 15. But yeah, it was damn good. I had a good time.
But though we have set plans to see the Spider-Man movie and It Too.
Oh,
We're all about It Too. All about
Looking forward to both of those for sure.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like there's something else that's coming out soon. What about all the Disney movies, Aladdin and...
So yes, he wants to see the Aladdin movie and definitely the Lion King movie.
Yeah.
Me personally, I never grew up as a big fan on Disney. Sorry. I'm so sorry. Sorry.
I am exposing people today. Wasn't a Disney fan.
I wasn't too.
The only way you get off this if you tell me that you were like one of those like Land Before Time fans or something like that.
No, it's just like, okay, so I grew up on it, but okay, so listen, when I was younger, like The Lion King, like I never watched the movie, but like whenever it would show up in my class, I would watch it. But then like once it was over, I never watched it again.
Okay.
So that's how that happened. But like other Disney movies, like I'm gonna just throw a couple out there, like everyone's gonna hate me for this, but they were like High School Musical.
Yeah.
That came on. I was like, all right, fine. There was like other Disney Channel movies that came on. There's one Disney Channel movie I'm not really fond of, is the Kim Possible one.
Yeah. Or that live action that no one cares that just happened. Oh God, was that bad?
Okay, so some of the things that I don't understand is like why create something if it was so good.
Yeah.
Like just leave it. Like it was good.
Everybody's just fishing for nostalgia, trying to find some money.
I'm just like,
you know.
just like, so for instance, me and my mom, it's Mother's Day as this moment, and my mom passed away, so I can't spend Mother's Day with her, but when my mom was alive, we would watch the show on Cartoon Network called Total Drama Rama. Not Total Drama Rama, that's the new thing. It's Total Drama. So we would watch that together. And I was like, okay. And then he came out with other like little spins off of it, like Total Drama, like Island. Then there was Total Drama Action, and I think another third one. I forgot what it was. And I think the third one was when like the island got polluted or something, and then like sharks had like 3 eyes or something. No, the squirrels had 3 eyes. The sharks were like something else. Like the island was.
This is a kid show?
Yeah. So the island was good at first on the first season, and then like something happened to it to where it became like a wasteland, and he still had the contestants going on there. I was just like, but it's Total Drama. Yeah. I'll give it a try. Okay. But and then they came out with Total Drama Rom, and I was like, no, like, oh God, don't do this. And then like the people that were like teenagers or like contestants, they're like little babies. And I was just like, what are you doing? And then the guy, I love Chef. My mom loved Chef as well because he was like a serious dude, but then like kind of laid back and kind of funny. The dude that played Chef in the first season and a couple more seasons after that, it's not the same guy. His voice is different. And I was just, every time I hear him talk, I'm like, you're not the chef I know. You're not the chef I know. And I was just like, just give me my old chef back. So it's just stuff like that. Like they don't need a reboot. Like for me, the Powerpuff Girls that got rebooted, you don't need it. You don't need it. Like, cut it. Like, so some of the things that get rebooted, just no. We're just living in this time where everything is getting an opportunity to. Like the Sonic movie. Oh, we're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about that at all. Absolutely. I've never seen a trailer. I was just like, wow. Everything is wrong. It's so bad that they're going to redo the animation. They was just like, oh yeah, like, that didn't work. So for me, it's weird because someone's going to be like, okay, so you don't like Sonic, so what about Pikachu? I'm like, okay, Pikachu, he's fine. He's adorable. Yeah, he looks like who he is. Yeah. But Sonic? His whole body is shaking. His animation is a little questionable. The animators knew it. That's why they said we're going to redo it. So like they knew. It's a little questionable. Pikachu looks like Pikachu. Yeah. Like he's cute. He looks all right. I'll accept it. Yeah. But Sonic? Yeah. We're going to have a debate on that one. But you agree with me on it. Oh, 100%. You agree with me. And 100%. Then Dion was like, this looks good. And I was like, what? Are you, what? No, like, look at Pikachu. Look at Sonic. Come on now. Not good at all. Not good at all. So anyway, let's talk about your upcoming shows and stuff. Let's get those plugged in really quick. So where will you be at besides MCW? Because tons of MCW dates, so we know you'll be there. So I believe in June on the 15th, I'll be in DCW, Delaware Championship Wrestling. I'll be having a triple threat with Aria Palmer and their current champion. I believe... It's like she's like really pretty though. Like I honestly I'm trying to remember her name, but I can't for the life of me. But she's a really pretty girl, and I'm excited of working that because I normally don't get to work triple threats. Gold opportunities. My first triple threat was with again Aria Palmer and Madison Rain, and it was for Spring Fever MCW, and that was my first triple threat. So I really want to get into another triple threat, like even getting into a tag match. That's something new. I was in one like a long time ago when Rosa Mendes was around. She had her first match, and we had a mixed tag, like still a tag, but it was mixed. Either way, it was still great, and I got to have a learning experience. But I want more of that, and I feel like I'm getting that
Yeah,
now. So
yeah.
I'm gonna be in DCW on June 15th.
Okay, awesome. But definitely good luck in the future and all the other opportunities that's streaming your way. Like, that's what the hard work is. And you're the greatest damn woman, so as it should be. So anyway, let's get those social medias plugged, and we'll get you out of here for the day.
So you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter and. Well, do people still follow people on Facebook?
I think
Is this
so.
like friend request?
Yeah. Or fan page.
Okay,
Yeah.
so everything is the same. Is at the Gia Scott, or if you just Google it, the Gia Scott, it will pop up, and you can follow me on there on Instagram and Twitter, and you will find me on there.
That's right. Look, I know we had a short conversation here, so you definitely want to check out our lengthy interview that we did with her. You can find that on our iTunes or here on the YouTube channel, where you can get all the information about her story and the rise of the greatest damn woman. So again, Gia Scott, thank you for chatting today. And
One more thing, I don't know if I mentioned it because it just popped in my head, but I think maybe we talked about who my favorite villain was on Dragon Ball Z.
yeah.
And I believe I said Cell. If I didn't, it's Cell. I love him.
I am 1,020% with you. Cell is my absolute favorite villain.
There's something about him.
Yeah, I mean, he's perfect, number one. And the Cell saga, the tournament, everything about it. I really like Jiren, but Cell is my man 100%. I still get in my feelings. I feel like I brought this up too. Like, Cell should have been the person that they resurrected instead of Frieza. He's ran a tournament, like, so he understands it like more than anybody else, and like he has a more of a fighting hunger than a more of a meticulous plan to just take over things. He just wants to fight and be good. So like, I was really in my feelings, but I was just like, yo, this is the person you need to resurrect for this tournament, not Frieza. So yeah, I'm with you with that.
Yeah.
See, that's why we're buddies.
Yeah.
That's why we're buddies. So anyway, but yeah, thank you for stopping by and talking to me today, and you guys, thanks for tuning in.